Hello, welcome to my stables. I'm the Chocobo Keeper, and this is Danganronpa. Last episode, we lost two of our classmates, Sayaka and Junko. Sayaka was killed in Makoto's bathroom, and Junko curb stomped Monokuma and got speared through the body. I think we have to talk to everyone. I'm just gonna talk to Kyoko.
Hey,
Before we start searching for Sayaka's killer, we need to decide what to do about securing the crime scene. What do you mean?
You're thinking of putting someone on guard duty so nobody can disturb the area, aren't you? After all, if the culprit decides to destroy the evidence, we're pretty much screwed.
Hey,
In that case, I don't mind doing it. I don't like having to think anyway. I'll let you guys figure out who killed that chick.
Okay, then we can let Mondo look after the scene.
Well, no, we can't just leave him now alone.
what?
Why the hell not?
Stop talking.
Isn't it obvious? If you were the culprit, what's the first thing you would do? By volunteering for guard duty, you're in a position to destroy all the evidence you want, yes.
Well, fuck you.
so then.
Fine. Then I'll stay there on guard duty as well. That way there's no problem. Two-player co-op base defense with the two of them. With their stats, they're totally OP. Since we won't be able to help investigate, we're putting our faith in the rest of you.
But
I'm still pretty freaked out, but I'll try. Looks like she has a paperclip. So what? Do we just... What do we do? Do we leave?
Just a second.
Hold on. Huh? Before we begin an investigation, isn't there something else we need to discuss? Oh yeah,
Anyway,
we're going to find out who the killer is. Because if we don't, we're all going to die here. Are we going to talk about Junko? I gently placed my hand on Junko's lifeless body. I touched her wrist to check for a pulse, like they do in movies and stuff, but she really is dead. There wasn't anything else to say. She was gone.
I don't know why you even bothered to check. After those injuries and losing that much blood. Frankly, I'd be shocked if she did survive something like that.
Huh? Hold on. Hold on. Just wait a second. She's dead? Then that means...
What?
That means everything that's happened so far is real? It's not a joke or whatever? It's really real?
Let me out of here!
Yeah, pretty much. Somebody help me!
what's your
I'm too
problem?
sober for this, man! You're just now accepting that? What else do we have to talk about? I mean, Christ. Do we really have to talk to everybody?
anyway,
Okay, can we leave now?
just a sec.
Talk to Mondo?
Huh?
Is this really happening?
Don't fuck with me.
Screw that piece of shit bear.
Talk to Byakuya?
We need to hurry up and figure out who the culprit is.
What do we... I'm very confused. What am I supposed to be doing?
Just a
Gosh, this has crashed. Restarting now. Please wait a moment. What the fuck are we supposed to talk about?
What the heck?
I hate this, but still, we don't have a choice. We have to figure out who did it. Or else we're all dead.
Let me out of here!
Come on, someone let me out. Sakura, maybe? We can't run away from the situation, so we have no choice but to move forward. Oh, we gotta talk to Leon?
Are you
Is that
serious?
we're really gonna try and find out who did it? There's a camera there. I don't... What the fuck is happening right now? What do we have to talk about? What is going on? Do I really have to talk to every single person?
What the heck?
Yeah, I'm just skipping through it because I don't fucking know.
Oh.
What the crap?
Oh. Oh, so you finally noticed. Noticed what? I was looking through them on a Kumo file we received, and I noticed something very obvious and very unusual.
Huh?
Huh? What are you talking about? Go ahead, take a look. Notice anything interesting about where Sayaka died? She died in Makoto's dorm.
Ah.
What? She's right. Could it be? All at once, everyone's gaze turned to me. Hold on a second, you've got it all wrong. For just one night, I traded rooms with her. I did it because she was afraid. You expect us to believe that? Just tell us the truth. The look in everyone's eyes had done a complete 180 from just a few minutes earlier. The feeling of suspicion and fear had returned. In other words, you think I did it?
So then,
Are we all done talking? We need to begin our investigation soon. At this point, we should split up. We need to get to the bottom of this and find out who killed Sayaka. We'll have to collect clues to form a foundation, and construct an argument to come to a final decision. If we get this wrong,
so...
well, do I really have to say it, Igor?
Actually.
I'd rather you didn't. No.
Goodbye.
Everyone pray for good luck. With that, Kyoko hurried out of the gym.
Goodbye.
I'll be going too.
And just like Kyoko, he was gone before we realized it.
Oh yeah, I'm on guard duty, huh? I better head to the scene of the crime.
Ah, that's right.
Hey, damn it.
Let me just say this right now. If whatever son of a bitch did this is here right now, and they're thinking of destroying that evidence,
You're fucking dead.
they better not let me find him. I'll skip the trial and cave their goddamn skull in myself. I'm serious, I will fuck them up.
Letting his deadly words hang in the air, he and Sakura ran off.
So,
But, I mean, we're not detectives or anything, you know? We're gonna investigate a murder? How do we even do something like that?
anyway.
We don't really have to do anything in particular. We already know who killed Sayaka. What are you implying?
This is very
It was
suspicious.
You. I'm telling you, it wasn't me. Don't come any closer. Are you gonna kill me next?
So,
Well, I guess it wouldn't hurt to give it a shot. It's not for sure that Makoto's guilty yet. That's true, we might as well at least check just to check. Even if I wanted to, I couldn't help but investigate. Wait, why not? I'm not good with blood. You've been standing in front of a corpse this entire time. The fuck? All it takes is one glimpse and I black out.
Oh, yeah?
Well, whatever. I don't think anyone was expecting much from you anyway. Alright, I guess I better get going. Wait, don't go yet. You have to hear me out. But it was pointless. Everyone had already left. and their parting looks at me had still been filled with suspicion. Look, does everyone really think I'm the killer? How did it turn out like this? Seriously, they've got it all wrong. Why do they have to suspect me? I have to do something. Otherwise, everyone will...
Execution is execution. Execution! Electric chair! Bzz, bzz, poison gas! Torn apart like a paper plane in a hurricane!
I can't let that happen. I can't let things turn out the way Monokuma won't. All I have to do is find out who really did it. Who really killed Sayaka. Bloop. I guess I should go through the Monokuma file we got before. The victim was Sayaka Mizono. The time of death is estimated to be around 1:30 a.m. The body was discovered in Makoto's room in the dormitory. All evidence suggests that the death took place in the bathroom. The cause of death was a stab wound to the abdomen. There was also an injury to her right wrist. Specifically, the wrist appears to have suffered a fracture. We have no choice but to push forward if we want to find out what happened. Somehow I have to find out the truth, so that we can all survive. And for Sayaka, I have to find out how she was killed. Monokuma file has been added to the truth bullets. Yay! I'm not really gonna talk to you guys. Yeah, we're gonna take the chat. To the scene of the crime. You know what? Why am I doing this the hard way? Can I not teleport? Is teleporting not a thing anymore? Apparently not. Okay. That's a bit upsetting. First of all, I should head to the scene of the crime, my room. We won't make any progress without investigating there. So I headed to my room where Sayaka's corpse still remained. I better examine the state of my room a little closer. That might reveal something new. Huh? Looking at the lint roller, it looks like there's way less than there was before. Did Sayaka see how dirty my room was and decide to clean up a little? This is the replica sword I brought back for self-defense. Does this mean it was used in the attack somehow? Plus, it's been taken out of its sheath. I hadn't actually looked at the blade itself until now, and I shouldn't be surprised it's coated in gold too. On top of that, some of the gold coating has come off of parts on the blade and the handle. Yeah, the handle especially is missing a lot of its coating. Remember, the coating sticks to you even if you just touch it a little bit. There's a key on the ground. It has my name on it, so this must be my room key. If I remember correctly. Oh, that's right. We'll have to trade keys. When we switched rooms, we switched keys, too. So Sayaka would have had the key here in my room the entire time. But wait, if that's true, then... how did the killer get into the room in the first place? Could Sayaka have forgotten to lock the door? No, that seems impossible. The same goes for you, Sayaka. No matter who it is, don't open your door for anyone. Even if I'm sure it's you, I absolutely won't open it. Otherwise, what's the point of even switching? After saying that, there's no way she would have forgotten to lock it, or opened it for any reason. Well, maybe she dropped the key somewhere and someone else grabbed it or something. No, that's not possible either. Sayaka was in here when we switched rooms. And with how scared she was, she couldn't have gone walking around, so she couldn't have dropped it. So how did the killer... Switching rooms. Jesus. The toolkit is still inside the drawer. I don't see any evidence that it's been used at all, which makes sense. I guess I mean it's mine and I haven't had any reason to open it. I can't even imagine a situation where I'd need a toolkit like this.
Yo.
Yeah, seriously.
Oh, Mundo.
What?
We ain't exactly in the mood to be
What?
building fucking furniture, aight? So you haven't used yours either, then?
What?
No, not just
What?
me. Nobody's busted theirs out yet, as far as I know. Actually, we were talking about it yesterday.
By the way,
None of the guys have opened their toolkits yet. It's like, why the hell would we? Toolkit. The notepad is still here, but I don't think it's relevant right now. There are gouges in the bed like someone attacked it. What the hell happened here? There are scratches and gouges on my walls and bed. Is that evidence of a struggle? It looks like there must have been some kind of fight in my room. Damn it! I was right there in the other room. If only I heard something.
Wait.
That would not have been possible. Huh?
Huh.
Don't you remember? All of our rooms are completely soundproof. So something could happen in the room right next to you. And there's no way you would know.
Well,
Perhaps this was another of Monokuma's strategies. Creating an ideal setting for murder. Flip. Evidence of struggle has been added to the truth bullet. There it is. It's the display stand the sword was on. This is the replica sword I brought back for self-defense. Does this mean it was used in the attack somehow? And plus the sword's been taken out, so it's just the sheath, but... Huh? There's some scratches on the sheath. It must have been made with something sharp. But how'd the sheath get scratched up in the first place? Even if someone used the sword during the struggle, it doesn't make sense for the sheath to be damaged. I mean, if you're gonna attack someone with a sword, the first thing you do is unsheath it. A heavy sheath like this would only get in the way. It could just slide off in the middle of the fight. So why are there scratches on the sheath? I don't know, maybe to block something? That's usually what I would think. There are scratches and gouges on my walls and bed. Is that evidence of a struggle? It looks like there must have been some kind of fight in my room. Our rooms are completely soundproof, remember? If anything happened, there's no way you could know.
well,
Perhaps this was another of Monokuma's strategies. Oh. Repeat. Alright, time to check the bathroom again. I should look around here first. I can check other spots later. Okay, I guess we do have to talk to them. Sakura, do you think I'm guilty too?
hey,
I try not to make assumptions like that. I simply don't know whether or not you did this. Whatever decision the rest of you come up with, I will follow your lead. I see.
by the way,
You know, I realized something while I was on guard duty. The killer could have already destroyed some evidence, right? Before anyone found the body, I mean. There's a trash room in the dorms, right? They could have tossed some stuff in there. Yeah, that's definitely possible.
you son of a
That dirty
bitch!
bastard.
Ugh,
Anyone
shit.
who raises their hand to a woman is scum that deserves death. That's what my brother taught me.
You're fucking dead.
So if I ever find the son of a bitch that did this, I'm gonna pound his goddamn face in.
But what if it was a girl that did it?
Blip.
Yo,
That'll all get sorted out when the time comes.
At least he's staying to his code, though. You know, it's like, if it's a girl, we're just gonna let the trial handle it. It's fine. Hey, Kyoko. I quietly called her name while she was investigating the area, but
What are you doing?
Isn't it obvious?
No, not really.
I'm searching.
Searching?
she was down on her knees, carefully inspecting every inch of my room.
Did you lose a contact or something?
Blip. I don't know what she's doing exactly, but she seems to be concentrating pretty hard on it. But a few seconds later, she suddenly stood up straight and said,
Listen,
"Are you a clean freak?" Huh? No, I don't think so, but what? Nodding, she glanced around my room one more time.
I see.
Interesting. What's interesting?
Hey,
Just as I suspected, there's something very unusual about your room. Unusual? What do you mean?
So,
I've searched your floor from one corner to another, and I didn't find one single strand of hair. Really?
indeed.
Not one hair from the victim, and not one hair from you, even though you've been living in here. You know, now that you mention it, I noticed something while I was looking around before. It looked like the lint roller in my room had been used, but I never touched it. Could someone have used it to...
I see.
Very interesting. Your room didn't have a single hair in it, and someone used your lint roller without your knowledge. In other words, someone other than you came in and scrubbed your room clean. Was it Sayaka? Or the killer?
Well,
That's the question, isn't it? Makoto's room cleanliness. Now... the bathroom. And on the other side of this door... oh, it's all negatives. It looks like alien blood. No, I can't let it get to me. I can't afford to freeze up now. Forcing myself to push my panic down, I stepped into the bathroom. Oh, man, this poor girl. Looking at her made it painfully clear it wasn't a dream or an illusion. She had lost everything that made her. Sayaka. All at once I was overcome with dizziness, nausea, the urge to burst into tears. But I can't. I can't hesitate now. Why? Why did Sayaka have to die? I have to uncover the truth. I have to find out what happened. I wanted to give up. I wanted to collapse. But that thought held me up and supported me. Okay, there's 2 spots. I looked past Sayaka to the wall behind her. And there I saw... huh? Written in blood were the numbers 11037. Or, if you flip your phone upside down, it spells out Leon. I mean, that's pretty... it's, pretty obvious. Because you can see the faded N, like that streak going down. You can see it faded. Did Sayaka do this? I looked past Sayaka to the wall. Oh, nope. Didn't mean to do that. I meant to click on her. I told myself I simply couldn't face what I saw, but now's no time to think like that. I pulled out the Monokuma file to verify what it said about her body. Some sort of sharp object has been thrust into her stomach. That must have been the killing blow. But whatever they used to kill her, where'd they get it? It's definitely something I should look into later. Also, according to the Monokuma file, Sayaka's right wrist is broken. Her wrist does look swollen and bloody, that's for sure. But there's something sort of glittery on her wrist, too. Right there, where her wrist is all swollen, there's something glittery. Parroting! That definitely concerns me. Another thing that concerns me is... huh? There's blood on her left index finger, but that's it. The palms of both her hands are totally spotless, so how come only her left finger? Sayaka's wrist. The stabbing in her stomach is what killed her, so when she broke her wrist, that must have happened earlier on. I mean, how would her wrist get broken after she'd already been killed? So it's very possible she broke her wrist during the struggle. The killer attacked Sayaka in the main room, which is when her wrist got broken. After that, the killer cornered her in the bathroom, where they inflicted the deadly wound. Flip. Also, I don't think her feet are positioned the right way. That just looks awfully painful. Leave the bathroom, please.
it would
It
seem...
looks like you found it, right, Makoto? The bloody numbers. That's most likely Sayaka's dying message. I've never seen something written in blood before. It really was her final message. It's just as if she wrote it with life itself.
Right.
Do you often talk like an aspiring poet? But the numbers she wrote, what do they mean? 11037. I have no idea what could possibly mean.
So...
The way she wrote the numbers makes me think she wanted to use her body to block them. If she wrote them in that location, while she was sitting the way we found her, I mean she wrote them by turning only her hand toward the wall. If you were to write something in that position, do you know what the result would be? The result?
well,
Think about it. You're not going to tell me?
Makoto.
You need to uncover the mystery of this case yourself. Otherwise, the case will end and you'll remain unconvinced. I have no idea what you're trying to say, but it's obvious you're not going to tell me. Because it's blatantly obvious! Like, you fool! It sounds like Kyoko knows what Sayaka's dying message means. But honestly, I have no idea. Oh, I know who I should talk to. When it comes to numbers, who better to ask than the ultimate programmer?
Makoto.
There's one other thing I wanted to ask you about. Do you know how the door to your bathroom got broken? Broken? Oh, you mean how it gets stuck?
What?
Gets stuck? Yeah, I guess I'm the only one, but the door doesn't fit in the frame quite right. When I first tried to use it, I thought it was just locked. But once you learn the trick, it opens no problem. Bathroom door frame.
Correct.
So the door doesn't quite fit the frame, huh? But actually, I'm referring to the broken doorknob. Huh? The doorknob?
That's right.
You didn't notice? Well, just try closing the bathroom door. I'm sure you'll see right away what I'm talking about. I did what Kyoko said and shut the bathroom door. Huh? The doorknob. But what the heck? The doorknob is practically about to fall off. Why is it like this?
It would seem...
Someone must have used a screwdriver or something similar to unscrew it. Whatever it was, it's obvious this was intentional. What? It was intentional? Why would someone want to do that?
So...
I guess maybe they were trying to get the door unlocked and ended up breaking the whole thing. But my bathroom doesn't have a lock on it. Only the girls' bathrooms can lock, right? She stood there for a while, lost in thought. And apparently, struck with the sudden realization, she shot a question at me.
Just a second.
I have just one more question for you. You mentioned earlier that your bathroom door would get stuck, right? Did you tell anyone about that? Oh, well, I did tell Sayaka about it last night when we switched rooms. So what you're saying is, only you and Sayaka knew about it.
Hmm?
Interesting. She had the slightest hint of a smirk on her face. Got the sense that she was really starting to get into all of this.
I see.
And that clears that up. Huh? Clears what up? I'm so lost. When are you not lost?
Goodbye.
Well, see you later. As if forgetting I was ever even there, she suddenly turned and left the room. Bathroom doorknob has been added to the truth bullets. I still don't really understand any of this, but I've already given my room a good once-over. Maybe I should look around somewhere else. I should start looking into where the murder weapon might have come from, and also, I should look into the DVD Sayaka got. With Sayaka dead, I have no choice but to see for myself what was in that video. And on top of that, I'm sure there are some other areas we're checking out too. Maybe I should see what everyone else thinks, if they'll even talk to me, that is. Okay, let's check Sayaka's room. Oh Jesus, they're all out here. Why? Why are you all out here? Huh? This is definitely my room, but the nameplate has Sayaka's name on it. Weird. This is Sayaka's room, right? But the nameplate has my name on it. The nameplates on my and Sayaka's room were switched? So all that effort I put into switching rooms without anyone knowing was totally pointless. But why would anyone do that? Darn nameplates. Can I go in now? Thank you. Oh. Okay. There can only be one thing in the trash can. Yep, the DVD with Sayaka's name on it. Sayaka got really upset after seeing whatever was in that video. I wonder, what did she see? Might not be directly related to the case, but it might be worth checking out anyway. I'm sorry, Sayaka. I need to borrow this DVD. Sayaka. No, I can't let myself get depressed again. I need to search for clues. And all that's here is the sewing kit and the organ map. No useful clues. Okay, well, bye. Alright, so Mondo said the trash room, so that's what we'll go. Where we'll go, not what. There's a hatch on the floor. The door won't budge, it must be locked. It looks like some kind of switch. I wonder what it does. There's a sturdy gate here, no way to get past.
Monokuma appears!
It's the end of the line! The trash room! This is where all the trash in the school eventually winds up. How do you get this gate open?
No, you can't go any further!
No entry beyond this point. Only the person on cleaning duty is allowed in. Cleaning duty?
No, you can't go any further!
Parroting. Who's on cleaning duty?
No, you can't go any
This is stupid. It'd be faster to just go around and ask the others.
No, you can't go any further!
Parroting. Cleaning duty. Alright, so let's talk to the others. You. I'm looking for whoever's on cleaning duty. Cleaning duty? As a matter of fact, that's me. Why do you ask? It just so happens Monokuma talked to me yesterday and asked me to take care of it. Without someone on cleaning duty, the school would be flooded with trash in no time. So I formally applied for the position. I was gonna start this morning, but after what happened, I haven't had a chance to get started. Since you're on cleaning duty, you can open the gate in front of the trash room?
Here we go!
Of course! It's my job to gather up all the garbage and toss it in the trash room. And to do that, they gave me the key for the trash room gate. But we're supposed to rotate once a week, so eventually you'll be in charge.
Very strange.
Wait, hold on. You need a key to get into the trash room. And the only person on cleaning duty has access to the key. What's the point of going to all that trouble? Why not just leave the trash room open all the time, so we can all throw things out whenever we want?
It does seem more convenient.
So, in other words,
Actually,
anyone who kills a fellow student becomes black and will graduate unless they are discovered.
so that's it.
that must be why. If anyone can go in and out of the trash room whenever they wanted, then destroying evidence would be easy. The thrill would disappear and things would become boring.
Boring?
Hey, listen!
Anyway, more important than that?
Hey, you bastard!
Hey, Fatty, why'd you want the cleaning duty gig anyway? I just decided to volunteer for something I knew no one else would want to do. What's the big deal?
You...
Liar. I know why you did it.
Is it?
You want to
like-
dig through all the girls' trash, looking for it, you know, and poking around at it.
There's no way to think about this in a common sense kind of way.
What are you talking about? All my love is for 2D.
You know what I mean.
But there's all kinds of trash stickers like that. Maybe you'll get tired of 2D, then turn to...
Completely
I would never get
unforgivable!
tired of 2D. After spending a significant amount of time comparing 2D and 3D, I voluntarily choose 2D. The only thing 3D good for is to shower love and affection on 2D. Oh, and PVC figures.
Give me a break.
How are you not totally embarrassed to say stuff like that?
If you're so worried about Fumi's questionable morality, there's a very easy solution. Whenever a guy has cleaning duty, Sakura can accompany them from picking up the trash to disposing of it.
What?
What?
If you're as innocent as you claim, where's the harm in it?
That's not how it's supposed to. Anyway, on another topic. Fumi, since you were on cleaning duty, I have a favor to ask you. What, so now you suddenly want to join my party? Sorry, but you haven't triggered that flag yet. I mean, you haven't helped me recover from a past trauma, or save a village, or beat a boss. No, nothing like that. I was just hoping to get into the trash room and look around.
You!
Oh, okay. So easy. So Fumi and I headed down to the trash room. You'd like me to open the gate, wouldn't you? But you know, when I look at it, it makes me think. They said he killed his wife. He learned how to get by on the inside, but he never stopped dreaming. Get busy living or get busy dying, he said. So, him and Rita, they found themselves a way out. Whatever, please just hurry up.
Da-da-da-da-da!
Okie dokie, leave it to me. Hifumi pulled a key out of his pocket and used it to flip the switch next to the gate. And then... Squeak!
Mr. Naegi! Without a
Sure that
doubt!
you aren't planning to use the trash room to destroy evidence, are you? You fiend! You planned this all along! No. I just wanted to see if the actual killer had tried to destroy any evidence or not. But the actual killer is you, isn't it? You want to see if you left anything behind. Wait, maybe a parallel world? Whatever, let's just hurry up and keep looking. There are shards of broken glass scattered around in front of the incinerator. Looks like it used to be some kind of glass ball, just about big enough to fit in the palm of your hand.
Is this perhaps...
Do you know what this is?
Mm-hmm.
They say if you collect all 7, a dragon will appear and grant you a single wish. Kidding aside, it's the kind of thing you might see on any big city street corner. Gaze into it, and it will show you a glimpse of the future. Just like that Mina girl who was on that quest to find that one guy. Yeah, and I get what you're trying to say, but who did this particular ball belong to? There's only one person it could be. They should all still be in the gym. I'd better go find out for sure. One room at a time, Makoto. One room at a time. There's something on the ground in front of the incinerator. Looks like a burnt piece of something. A burnt piece? Like a hunk? Like a hunk of burning love? Blip. Anyway, it looks like a piece of cloth in the shape. It's part of the sleeve from a button-up shirt. And now that I look at it, that's definitely blood on the cuff, which means this is all that's left of some of the evidence the killer destroyed. But there are lots of people here with the white button-up shirts. This isn't enough by itself to figure out who the killer is. Burnt shirt piece. Oh, it very well could be. A green button and a yellow button. There's no doubt they're related to the big mechanism. This is the incinerator. It's way in the back part of the trash room. It's a good 30 feet from here to the gate. Oh, and it's on right now! Do you see the green and yellow buttons next to the mouth of the incinerator?
Yes, indeed.
It's a pretty simple setup. You press the green button to get it going, and the yellow button to turn it off. Sooner or later, you'll be on cleaning duty, so make sure you learn this before you leave, okay? Ah, someone turned the incinerator on! Very strange. I'm quite certain it was off last time I was down here.
Was it a fairy?
Perhaps... Hifumi, do you realize what you just said?
Huh?
Huh? The fairy? No, you said that last time you were here, the incinerator was off. Oh yes, about that, that can be no mistake. If I've got one thing going for me, it's my memory.
I feel as if...
Yesterday, as soon as I was appointed, I came down to check the place out. It definitely wasn't on that. I haven't been back to the trash room since then. And since I'm the only one who has a key to open the gate,
Most suspicious.
it should be impossible for the incinerator to be on it yet. So that means someone was able to switch on the incinerator without opening the gate. And how is that possible? Oh, I don't know. It's like Leon is a baseball star. I mean, come on now. Oh, Lord. This whole thing is quite strange indeed. When I was here last, the incinerator was off, and this glass shirts and burnt clothes weren't.
Completely
What does it all mean,
unforgivable.
Mr. Miki? Will you be confessing soon? Why me?
That's it.
Everyone
I'm
already
sure
knows
of
you
it.
did it. All the mysteries are being solved one by one. It sounds like he's living out of one of his comic book fantasies. Alright, time to beat some feet to the gym. Can I teleport now? Can that please be a thing? Yes, it is. Yeehaw. And there's a whole bunch of people in here too. Yep. Alright, so let's talk to Hero. Hey Hero, can I ask you something? No. I gotta get out of here. Gotta get out now. I've had enough. Gotta break free. Hero, snap out of it. Smack! Makoto? What are you doing here? What? Hey, does this look familiar? That's my crystal ball. But it's all smashed? What the hell?
What the heck?
I only bought it because the guy said it was blessed. He said it was unbreakable. So how'd it break?
What?
Was it actually just made of glass and not crystal? Excuse me. Did that guy totally dupe me? He said it belonged to the pillars of history. Genghis Khan, George Washington, Napoleon. He said whoever controlled that crystal ball controlled the world. Is that seriously all bullshit? Let's put that aside for now. So you can say without a doubt that this belonged to you? Yeah, that's mine for sure. I probably forgot it in the laundry room last night. Someone must have come by and snatched it. You left it in the laundry room? That means anyone could have found it and taken it. Shattered crystal ball. Thanks, Hero. That's all I wanted to know. Sure. But, by the way, I'm always afraid to ask, but how much did you pay for that thing? Everything I saved up from fortune telling. Whoa. Holy voice crossover. Everything I saved up from fortune telling for 2 full years. Came out to be like $1 million. $1 million? That's pretty cheap, actually. I mean, considering it gives you the power to control the world. That's just too stupid. I can't even feel bad for him. And then Chihiro. Hey Chihiro, I was hoping I could ask you something.
Huh?
Oh, what is it? Before she died, Sayaka left a message. She wrote out the numbers 11037. Do you have any idea what these numbers might mean? Like, could they be a code or something? Sorry, no. Chihiro slowly shook her head.
I'm sorry.
I just don't know. Okay, well, don't worry about it. Thanks anyway for trying. Even she doesn't know. Or could she maybe know more than she's letting on? But, no, it couldn't be. Alright, so... talk to these guys. Let's see, who else do we got to talk to? Oh, we gotta go to the kitchen. Because, you know, that's where you get knives, is the kitchen. Dining hall. Little kitty ever. Sorry, she's being cute. Now let's talk to Hina. Hina, are you investigating the dining hall? Oh no, I'm just taking a break. Actually, I've been taking a break since we started. This is all a first for me, you know? I don't have the first clue what I should be doing. I know what you mean. And I don't know why, but being in the dining hall helps me keep calm. So I know I shouldn't, but I've just been kinda hanging around here. To tell the truth, I was doing the same last night when Sayaka was killed. What? Oh, it's just a repeat. Skip. Okay. Which way is the door? Okay, it's this door. Oh look, there's a knife missing. There are all kinds of kitchen knives here, big to small, but it looks like one of them's missing. Was it missing from the very beginning, or... I better see if anyone here knows more about it. It's like Hina's like constantly in the dining hall, stuffing her face. Hey, so did you notice that one of the kitchen knives is missing from the dining hall?
Yeah, totally.
Yeah, weird, huh? I thought it was kind of strange, a knife just suddenly disappearing like that. Oh, so it wasn't missing from the beginning.
That's right.
Nope, last I remember, they were all lined up in a nice, neat row. So when did you notice one of them had disappeared?
Well...
I went to get some tea from the kitchen last night, and all the knives were still there. But when I finished my tea and went back to the kitchen to wash my glass, one of the knives was gone. So you're saying the knife disappeared while you were drinking your tea in the dining hall? Yeah. In other words, you were right there in the dining hall when someone came and took it. You should be able to say for sure. You can tell everyone I didn't come to the dining hall last night, which proves I didn't take it. Awie's account. Hey, by the way, did you really kill Sayaka? What? Of course not. I would never. But, Hina, do you really think I murdered her? Well, she was killed in your room, right? So, you guys were supposed to be friends, right? But you still killed her. On the other hand, two people becoming good friends, then the one killing the other is a classic drama setup. So when you consider everything together, I honestly have no idea. But, alright, time to go see what was on Sayaka's video. From here, we gotta go over here. Abby! The Ave! I should be able to use this to see what's on the DVD. The DVD that Sayaka threw in the garbage. I sat down in front of the screen and put the DVD in the player. I pushed play and the screen was dark for a few seconds, but then... an image slowly appeared. It looked like some kind of concert. And standing on stage, front and center, was a face I recognized all too well. Sayaka. She was there along with the friends she said had been so important to her. She was positively glowing there in front of the crowd, so full of life. Seeing that image made it even harder to accept that she was dead. My vision started to blur and darken, and then that voice I'd come to despise so much began to float out of the speakers.
Sayaka Maizono, the ultimate pop sensation, lead singer for a world-famous all-girl pop band. For these girls, the glowing spotlight only made them that much more beautiful. But then...
Suddenly, the screen went dark. And in the next moment, I saw something I could hardly believe. What the? Sayaka had disappeared from the stage, which was now in ruins. Now it just looks like all the lights got shut off. But what I noticed even more than that was the figure of the other girls, who had all simply collapsed.
This ultra-successful team suddenly fell apart. None of them will ever perform on stage again. None of them will ever feel the warmth of the spotlight. For Sayaka, there's simply nowhere for her to return to. So here's the billion-dollar question. What, oh what, could have caused the group to go to pieces?
Look for the answer after graduation. Without warning, the video cut off. What the hell? That wasn't real, right? They're a super famous pop group. Everyone knows who they are. Is he trying to say he was even able to get to them? If that really did happen, everyone in the outside world must be going crazy. What kind of person would take things this far? Ding dong, bing bong.
I'm getting tired of waiting. What say we just get started, It's time for the long-awaited class trial! Now then, allow me to appoint a proper location for the proceedings. Please go through the red door on the first floor of the school. See you soon!
The red door on the first floor. That's where I should go. No, where I have to go.
You!
You're late, Makoto. We've all been waiting for you. I bet you were afraid you would be discovered as the murderer you are.
Listen to me!
Let's not jump to conclusions just yet. Save that for the class trial. There, we can all reveal the details of Makoto's crime. So they really are convinced I did it, but I didn't do it. Me and Sayaka both know that all too well. But then, who is the killer? The one who murdered Sayaka was that red-haired bastard in the corner. Is it really one of us?
Is everyone here? Okay then. Please board the elevator in front of you, which will transport you to the courtroom, where all your fates will be decided. I'll meet you all down there. I'll be waiting.
Yeah, screw this. We're just gonna go in. I guess I have no choice but to get on this elevator.
Well then.
Let us begin.
Yes, indeed.
Good idea. What?
Hey,
Are you scared? No, scared isn't quite right.
Makoto.
I said it before. It's up to you to uncover the mystery surrounding this case yourself. If you don't, you'll never come to grips with the truth. I need to uncover the truth of Sayaka's death. But I didn't need someone else to tell me that. In Sayaka's honor. I swear I'll find who the real killer is. As I raised my voice to try and give myself courage, everyone looked at me strangely. I turned, trembling with anticipation, toward the elevator. With each step forward, I could feel my heart starting to race faster and faster. Everyone else was already on the elevator. When I finally stepped on, the doors closed and the elevator started to move. The steel box descended with heavy clunking sounds toward the school's basement. I wonder if this is how a death row inmate feels when his time finally comes.
Oh,
Rather than that, is it not more like a defendant waiting to receive his judgment? Oblivious to our shared anxiety, the elevator lowered us further and further into the bowels of the school. You finally arrived! Ta-da! What do you think? Doesn't it feel just like a real courtroom? It's like a Hollywood movie set, right? Not even
Shit.
close, it's total shit.
Well now.
Okay, everyone find your assigned seats and sit down.
Yahoo!
Hurry up now, hurry up. We did what he said and found our seats. Even though we aren't really sitting, we're standing, but okay. The seats were arranged in a giant circle. It was set up so that everyone could see everyone else. There is someone missing between Hina and Hiro, which also meant it'd be easier for anyone to transfer their tension and unease onto anyone else. The air seemed to grow heavy as we sat there. And so the curtain of our first case opened. A deadly judgment, deception, betrayal. Riddle, defense, a faith. A class trial. Yes, let's save. Alrighty, so we have some time, so let's, yeah, because I'm not making friends with anybody, so it's whatever. Alright, let's do this. Alright!
Let's begin with a basic explanation of the class trial. So, your votes will determine the results. If you can figure out who done it, then only they will receive punishment. But if you pick the wrong one, then I'll punish everyone besides the blackened, and the one that deceived everyone else will graduate.
And the killer really is one of us, right?
Of course!
You sound a bit too happy about that.
Okay then. Everyone, close your eyes. And whoever did it, raise your hand.
Don't be a goddamn idiot. Why the hell would they raise their hand?
Before we move on and start the trial, can I ask a question real quick? What's going on with those pictures?
might feel awful if they got left out just because they died. Friendship penetrates even death's barrier.
Friendship penetrates?
Oh god.
Okay, but what about that other empty seat? There were only 15 of us to begin with, so why are there 16 seats?
Oh, no reason. It's just that our little courtroom here can technically fit up to 16 people. Okay, that about does it for the preamble. Get ready to get started. First up is the case summary. Now, let the class trial begin.
It's about to begin. The debate to decide who we think the killer is. Anything I found, anything I noticed, I have to be ready to speak up about everything. Because this isn't just about me, everyone's lives are on the line. Your first non-stop debate is about to begin. Would you like to hear more? For those unfamiliar with the game and wish to play it at a future point, I will go through the tutorial. As things progress during each class trial, you will engage in a number of non-stop debates. During these discussions, characters will speak one after another without pause. It's up to you to unearth any lies or contradictions buried within their statements. What this means is that you'll have to use your truth bullets to refute what they say. Any relevant truth bullets you found during your investigation can be loaded into the truth cylinder. Use the mouse to aim, then fire with the left mouse button. Pay close attention to each character's statements, and use your truth bullets to blast the right ones. Note that if you run out of time, you will automatically fail, so please be careful. If you would press the escape key during these arguments, you can review the controls. Well then, good luck and have fun. Make your argument! Evidence of a struggle.
I assert that the one who was murdered was Miss Sayaka Maizono!
Yeah, we know that part already.
And the murder took place in Makoto's room.
In the bathroom. So it seems most likely that the killer must have taken her by surprise while she was in the bathroom. She didn't even have a chance to resist.
Sorry, you're wrong.
No, that's wrong! Just a second, Chihiro. Try to remember how my room looked. With the way things had been damaged, I think we can definitely assume there was a struggle.
A struggle? Between who and who?
Between Sayaka and the killer, of course.
So you're saying Sayaka wasn't caught by surprise in the bathroom?
She must have been attacked in the main room first. Then, she ran to the bathroom to try and hide. The killer followed her in, and that's where they finished the job.
That much should have been obvious after taking one look at the scene. It shouldn't even need explaining.
Sorry.
Okay, so what's next?
Next is the subject of the murder weapon.
I love it when Sakura talks.
Wow, this is starting to sound like a real trial.
We need to determine what was used to kill Sayaka.
So what was used to kill her?
There was some kind of sharp object thrust into her stomach. Without a doubt, that is the murder weapon!
So the killer used some random knife they had on.
Nope, sorry,
No,
Mondo.
that's wrong! No. I do think it was a knife, but not just any knife. I'm almost positive it was a kitchen knife.
Huh? A kitchen knife?
After the murder, we discovered that one of the knives from the kitchen was missing.
Which means that knife must be the murder weapon.
Oh, yeah. I guess that makes sense. You could sort of see the weapon sticking out of her stomach. And if you look real close, I could totally see that being a kitchen knife.
Okay, so the murder weapon was a kitchen knife, but where does that get us? I mean, we all know Makoto killed her, right?
That's right. Makoto's room was the scene of the crime. What more proof do you need?
Hold on a second.
Let's draw our conclusions after we've presented our arguments. Otherwise, what's the point of the trial?
Well, we can talk all we want. It's not gonna change that conclusion.
I don't think that's true at all. I'm sure if we keep at it, something new will reveal itself.
You really believe that?
I mean, it's not new. Kyoko knows what it means. We all know what it means, but Makoto's just stupid. Blip. She's right, there's gotta be a breakthrough somewhere just waiting for us to find it. Because I know damn well I'm not the killer. There's a bit more to learn about non-stop debates. Would you like to hear more? You can concentrate by holding down the space key. While you're concentrating, time will slow down so you can pay closer attention to what everyone's saying. On top of that, it'll steady your aim, making it easier to target potential weak spots. Concentrating like this consumes the focus gauge, and if this gauge empties, you can't concentrate. But the focus gauge will recover over time, so let your brain take a rest. No need to rush. Well then, GLHF.
So I guess there's no question that the kitchen knife was the murder weapon. But where does that get us?
Makoto must have taken it from the kitchen, right? He did it in secret, when nobody was in.
Nope, you're wrong.
No, that's wrong. Okay, wait. Hold on. I didn't take the knife from the kitchen.
Next, you're gonna say you're not the killer, right? Go ahead and say it all you want.
Well, what if I have a witness? What do you think, Hina?
Huh?
Oh, stop. Damn cat.
Remember what you were telling me earlier?
Well, I went to go get some tea from the kitchen last night, and all the knives were still there. But when I finished my tea and went back into the kitchen to wash my glass, one of the knives was gone. So you're saying the knife disappeared while you were drinking your tea in the dining hall? Yeah.
Just to be perfectly clear, the knife disappeared while you were in the dining hall, correct?
Yeah, I just fucking said that.
Yeah, that's right.
And at any point while you were there, did you ever see me come into the dining hall?
No, I don't think so.
You don't think so?
No, he definitely wasn't there.
The knife disappeared while Hina was in the dining hall. But I wasn't there the entire time. In other words, there's no way I could have taken the knife.
Okay, then what about this? What if the idiot swimmer girl and Makoto are in on it together, and lying to protect each other?
Idiot swimmer girl? Oh, and more importantly, why would I get involved in something like that?
Angry hair.
Speaking of which, I'd like to ask the bear, if there is an accomplice, do they also become blackened?
So you ask, and so I shall answer. Each murder is allowed to have an accomplice, but only the one who does the killing will get to graduate.
So in other words, two people can work together, but one of them has no chance of profiting from it.
Then there's no way anyone would work together, right?
But what if they did work together, and they just didn't know about the rule?
Ugh, good grief! Enough already! No, okay? There are no accomplices in this case! Oops, did I say that out loud?
Anyway, I didn't go to the dining hall, and I didn't take the knife. So I'm not the killer.
Okay, so then, who did take the knife?
Hina seems the obvious candidate. After all, she just said she was in the dining hall.
No way! I swear it wasn't me!
Sure, but can you or anyone else prove that? I can.
That's right. Sakura was with me the entire time I was drinking my tea.
I hate to have to ask, but just to be sure, Sakura's...
Me.
Right.
But then, couldn't either one of them have grabbed the knife?
Actually, no. Because, well...
Just spit it out already.
I stayed in Hina's room last night.
I got so scared thanks to those creepy videos. I wasn't really thinking, I just asked her to stay over. Which means we have airtight alibis. You stayed over? Doesn't that violate one of the school regulations?
We're not allowed to sleep anywhere but the dorms, but it doesn't say we have to stay in our assigned room, so I don't think that's a problem.
It is a problem! A boy and a girl spending the night together? It's unwholesome!
Oh, Taka's in for it.
But I'm a girl.
What? You are? Oh my gosh, I'm so sorry!
But if it wasn't either of you, then what other possibility is there?
I mean, I know Sakura is ripped to the max, but she's wearing a skirt. You know, like, come on, my dude. Oh.
Actually, there is one other possibility. Right, Hina?
Oh, yeah, that's true. One other person did come to the dining hall while we were there.
Why didn't you say so in the first place?
Well, because they're not here anymore.
Someone who's not here? Are you talking about...
Sayaka. She's the one who came to the dining hall. And then later, she wound up dead.
Is it Sayaka? Okay, so the person who took the knife from the kitchen was Sayaka.
I got it! Then, Sayaka is the one who took the knife?
That's the only possibility. And thinking back on it, she was acting kind of unusual. When she came into the dining hall, she didn't even look at us. She just went straight to the kitchen. As she left, she said she just wanted a drink of water. But most likely...
Then the person who took the knife was the victim herself!
I'm sure she just took it for self-defense.
So you're saying the knife she took was then taken from her, and she was killed with it? In that case, you may not have taken the knife, but you still could have killed her.
What?
See? He did do it after all!
No, you're wrong.
So, that's how you would twist the argument and send us all off in the wrong direction? You possess a most terrifying talent.
Damn, if I don't do something, they're gonna blame me for the murder. Don't they understand? If they convict me, everyone's gonna die.
Hold on. It's still too early to decide conclusively that Makoto is the killer, wouldn't you say? Because you see, if the room did belong to the killer, then they did something most bewildering. And until we unravel that little mystery, you simply can't declare that he's the killer.
Bewildering? What the hell are you talking about?
Something was missing from the scene of the crime that by all rights should have been there. You know what I'm talking about, don't you?
Your first Hangman's Gambit is about to begin. Would you like to hear more? Yes. As things advance further in a class trial, the Hangman's Gambit will eventually take place. The point of this is to reveal an important phrase related to the incident in question. You'll have to deduce the phrase from the letters flying around and the letters already known. Complete the phrase by shooting down the flying letters in the right order. Use the mouse to aim and press the left mouse button to shoot the desired letters. If you shoot down the wrong letters, you'll suffer damage to your influence gauge. If this gauge reaches 0, or if you run out of time, you fail. Well then, good luck, have fun. Something that should have been at the scene, but wasn't, that must be the crucial point. If we can just figure out what that something is, oh, I don't know, your hair? You know, bodily evidence that you live in that room. Can I have an A, please? Oh. This is...
Now I understand!
I'm used to playing, Danganronpa 2, Hangman Gambit.
That's right! There wasn't a single hair on the floor!
So, the culprit removed some evidence?
Yes. And if I were the culprit, why would I need to get rid of all the hair in my own room? It wouldn't be unusual at all to find my hair at the crime scene if the crime scene is in my room.
The reason all the hair was gone was to remove any trace that Sayaka had ever been there. That makes sense, does it not?
No. If that were the case, they would have had to do something about the body itself, not just her hair.
Ha ha ha! Yes, very true, very true!
Okay, then why wasn't there any hair on the ground?
The killer got rid of it all, of course, to remove any trace that they had ever been there.
Wait, Then that means...
Precisely. It's simply beyond reason to believe that the room's owner and the killer are one and the same.
Then Makoto isn't the culprit?
But are you sure we can decide something so important based solely on the absence of some hair?
No. There are other reasons that prove why Makoto couldn't have done it.
I would like to hear these reasons.
Do you remember anything remarkable about the bathroom at the scene? Sayaka was attacked in the main room first, then fled into the bathroom, right?
Yeah, then they ran after her, got into the bathroom, and stabbed her.
And how did the killer get into the bathroom? Did they have any trouble with it?
What do you mean?
It's fairly certain that the killer had some trouble getting into the bathroom. There was clear evidence left behind. Do you remember, Makoto?
The killer struggled getting into the bathroom, and the evidence that proves it is the object the killer broke. The door handle. Or the doorknob.
I got it! Evidence that the killer had trouble getting into the bathroom. You're talking about the doorknob, right?
Huh? The doorknob? What doorknob?
The doorknob for my bathroom. It was completely broken. See how the top part was unscrewed? And the doorknob's about ready to fall off?
Oh yeah, true. But what does it mean?
In trying to bypass the lock, they ended up nearly removing the entire doorknob. This is another most bewildering act for the room's owner. It proves Makoto is beyond suspicion.
So what? You're saying he wouldn't break the door in his own room? But if the only choice you have is to break it, you break it. There's nothing bewildering about it.
You still don't see? Okay then. Let's take another look at how the incident unfolded. Hopefully that will help you understand.
Yoka said it was a bewildering act. I almost didn't notice it at first, but is that the key point here? There's a bit more to learn about non-stop debates. Would you like to hear more? From here on out, the number of weak spots will start to going up. But no matter how many weak spots, there's essentially one lie or contradiction in that debate. What I'm trying to say is not all weak spots you see are necessarily false. You use a truth pillar on the wrong one, and not only will you fail to refute what they said, but you'll also lower your trust with everyone, and your influence gauge will take damage. Now this is important because if your influence gauge reaches 0, you fail. You'll have to rely on your own logic to determine what weak spots are actual lies or contradictions. Well then, good luck, have fun. Bathroom door frame.
The incident took place in Makoto's room. Sayaka was first attacked in the main room. She then fled into the bathroom.
Then the killer ran after her. And they got into the bathroom.
At that point, the killer had to try and bust down the door. Because Sayaka had locked it.
Nope.
No, that's wrong! The reason my bathroom didn't open wasn't because it was locked. After all, the girls' rooms are the only ones with locking bathrooms, right?
Yes, now that you mention it, that is true.
Then why didn't your bathroom door open?
Because it was stuck.
Huh? What are you talking about?
My bathroom door doesn't fit in the frame quite right. Monokuma over there can testify to that.
Yup, true as true can be. But you know, you're supposed to be the ultimate lucky student, right? But to have such a cruddy door.
But that cruddy door saved our asses.
That's not lucky at all.
Well, it's about to prove our innocence, thus saving our ass.
So the reason the door didn't open was just because it was stuck. But the killer didn't know that and assumed it was locked. So they tore apart the doorknob to get in.
Okay, but then why would the killer even think the door was locked in the first place? Everyone should have known you can't lock any of the boys' bathrooms.
The killer could easily make that mistake, thanks to one important detail about the scene of the crime.
The killer was convinced that the bathroom door was locked, so they didn't know that the door actually couldn't be locked. In other words, the important detail about the scene of the crime that they didn't know was the crime took place in my room.
I got it! The killer must not have realized that it was my room.
What? Are you saying the culprit didn't even know where he was? That's inconceivable!
I love how Hifumi makes all the pop culture references. I love it.
And yet, he's absolutely right.
Say what?
Well, to be more specific, what the killer didn't know was that Makoto and Sayaka had switched rooms, which is what led to the misunderstanding about the bathroom. If Sayaka had been in her own room, then
there would have been a lock on the door, and they would have had to break through!
So they had no idea how unnecessary their actions were.
ultimately, we can't know if it came open by force or simply by accident. But the killer must have been considerably confused, with no idea how they actually got the door opened.
Regardless, it was a pointless act. Wasting time trying to break down a door that wasn't locked is...
definitely something I wouldn't do, since I would have known exactly why it wasn't opening, right?
That is a definite possibility.
So the killer would have to be someone who didn't know they'd switched rooms?
Then Makoto couldn't have done it.
But I've been trying to tell you.
Okay, then who did do it?
I'm sorry, but I give up! Quit without saving!
But what happens if we can't decide on who we think did it?
Well then, why don't we just vote right now? Majority rules!
Majority rules? You really think that's a good idea?
Yeah, our necks are on the line here. Someone seriously needs to do something. For serious.
Does no one have any other thoughts or questions? It does not matter how trivial they may seem.
Oh, as a matter of fact, I do have one question.
Oh, you
don't gotta sound so disappointed.
Angry hair.
It's fine, it's fine. Just ask your question.
Oh yeah. Okay, so, well, I was just wondering, how did the culprit get into Makoto's room in the first place?
Yes. How did the killer get inside?
Maybe Sayaka just dropped the key somewhere and the culprit picked it up. That's possible, right?
I don't think so. That seems way too convenient.
Then maybe someone picked the lock?
Negative! If you remember, Monokuma made it quite clear that the locks are all unpickable.
Fine. How about this? The killer got in the easy way. They could have knocked and said they wanted to talk or something, and Miss Maizono just let him in.
No, that can't be it either.
Oh, trying to argue against me? Sounds like someone doesn't know his place.
Oh my lord.
Hello? Why exactly can't that be it?
Because she asked me to do something in particular because of how frightened she was. That's the answer right there. There's no way Sayaka let someone in because... Oh, what the hell was it? I think it was just the switching rooms.
I got it! Because Sayaka was already scared, remember? That's why she asked me to switch rooms in the first place.
The same goes for you, Sayaka. No matter who it is, don't open your door for anyone. Even if I'm sure it's you, I absolutely won't open it. Otherwise, what's the point of even switching? And then you did the
Knowing
fucking
what she'd been through, I just can't believe she would have opened the door for anyone.
What if her being scared was a lie?
Huh? Well, what the hell is that supposed to mean? Why would she lie about something like that?
I know you don't want to consider it, but look at this and tell me. Can you still deny the possibility?
There's something I want to talk to you about. Just us two. In 5 minutes, come see me in my room. Check the nameplates to make sure you don't get the wrong room, okay?
I found a notepad during my search, and I shaded in the top sheet with a pencil. And these are the words that appeared.
Oh man! I've totally seen people do that on detective shows. When you write, it can leave an imprint. Sketch over the next sheet of paper, and you can see the words. When I saw that, I was like, holy crap! I better make sure I rip the paper out before I use it from now on.
It's a pretty old-fashioned technique, but even the classics can be surprisingly useful sometimes. Oh, and I should also mention, I found the notepad on the desk in Makoto's room.
Huh?
Which means only someone who had been in Makoto's room before the incident could have written it.
Then either it was Makoto who lived there, or Sayaka who switched rooms for a single night.
So, Makoto, did you write this?
No, I didn't. But...
Of course you didn't. Because the note also bears a perfectly legible signature. Sayaka's signature.
Then that note... Sayaka wrote it?
But why? Why would she write that?
The note was likely her way of getting in touch with a certain someone. She must have slid it under their door to let them know she wanted to meet with them in secret.
If you got an invitation like that from the ultimate pop sensation, what young man could resist?
Of course, I'm only into 2D, so it wouldn't have any effect on me.
God.
But can we be sure anyone even got this note? And honestly, even if they did, I do not think they are at all involved in what happened.
Huh? What makes you say that?
Would you like to hear what I have to say? Very well then. Pay attention.
Don't belittle us like that. I hate that word. Make your argument.
Sayaka and Makoto switched rooms, correct? But in the note, the place they were asked to come to, it specifically says, my room.
I see. So if someone read that note, then they would have gone to Sayaka's room.
Exactly. The room that Makoto was staying.
No, that's wrong.
You don't get to finish your sentence, sweetheart.
The nameplates on Mai and Sayaka's rooms got switched.
They got switched?
That's right. The nameplates got switched, just like the rooms themselves. As a result, the nameplate on Sayaka's room actually had Makoto's name. And the nameplate on Makoto's room had Sayaka's.
So what you're saying is, the room Sayaka was staying in was actually marked as her room.
Then, if someone did do what the note said, they would end up at Makoto's room where Sayaka was.
Plus, their rooms are right next to each other, so switching the nameplates would be no problem. And the one who switched the names was... Well, of course it wasn't you, right, Makoto?
Right?
And I remember they weren't switched before we had, actually switched. She was in Makoto's room, he was in Sayaka's. It was only until after the murder. Well, after Makoto went inside that Sayaka switched the plates.
Okay, then who did it?
There's only one person who could have switched the nameplates. The only other person who knew we had switched rooms. Sayaka.
I got it! Me and Sayaka were the only ones who ever knew about us switching rooms. So the only other person besides me who would even know to switch the nameplates was Sayaka.
You can also infer as much from her note.
There's something I want to talk to you about, just us two. In 5 minutes, come see me in my room. Check the nameplates to make sure you don't get the wrong room, okay?
She specifically tells the reader to check the nameplate. She would only have written that if she knew the nameplates had been switched.
But why would she switch them in the first place?
She wanted someone to come to the room she was in, and also hide the fact that it was Makoto's room.
What?
Inviting someone to your room, but not telling them you'd switched rooms. Why would anyone do that?
To understand that, we first need to understand what happened after she invited the person into the room. That's where the answer lies.
What happened then was probably whoever she invited over came in and attacked her. We figured it out! We know who did it! Whoever she invited over is the culprit!
But we still don't know who it is, you goddamn idiot!
Sayaka fought with her killer there in the room, yes? Perhaps the answer to our previous question lies in that initial struggle.
Yes, I think you're right.
Then... we just have to figure out what happened during the fight, right?
That reminds me. There was a replica sword at the murder scene. Was that perhaps used during the fight?
Oh yeah. What's the deal with that sword?
Sayaka suggested I should hold on to it. I thought it might come in handy if I had to defend myself. It seems pretty likely that the killer used it to break Sayaka's right wrist.
How the hell could you possibly know that's what broke her wrist?
The reason I know Sayaka's wrist was broken with the fake sword is because when you look at her wrist, there's no doubt. Yes?
I got it!
Yes.
All you have to do is take a good look at her broken wrist, and it should become pretty clear. Right there where her wrist is all swollen. There's something glittery there. See?
Is that gold?
It sure is. Specifically, the gold coating from the replica sword. You barely have to touch that stuff, and it'll stick right to you. And there's some on her wrist because...
I got it! Because she got hit with the sword! Right there on her wrist!
I see. And so the truth draws ever closer.
All right, then it's about time to solve this mystery.
What happened in my room? And what led to Sayaka's death? That's what we need to make clear. Going to learn a bit more about non-stop debates. Are you getting used to these non-stop debates? Starting with the next debate, I'll start loading multiple truth bullets into your cylinder. Just like with the weak spots, only one of those bullets can actually refute the proper statement. In other words, from here on out, you have to combine the right truth bullets with the right weak spots to refute each statement. If you come up with the wrong combination, you'll take damage to your influence gauge. You can press the Q key to rotate the cylinder and choose which bullet to fire. Press and release the Q key to cycle through each bullet. Or you can use the mouse wheel. By the way, if the logic difficulty is set to kind, fewer bullets will be loaded into the cylinder. For our purposes for this time, the logic difficulty will be set to mean. Well then, good luck, have fun. Make your argument.
When the fighting broke out, the culprit grabbed the sword, and that's when the first blow was dealt. A sword-based sneak attack!
No, that's wrong! Actually, no. I don't think the fight started with the sword.
Huh? Why not?
Because the sword's sheath had been scratched. See? There's a gash in it. Like someone cut into it with something sharp.
Something sharp? You mean like the kitchen knife? That was the only sharp thing found at the scene.
Stop jumping ahead! Slow down and explain it so I get what the hell's going on.
If the sword was used first, there wouldn't be any explanation for the scratch on the sheath. If you were going to attack with the sword, you'd take it out of the sheath first, right?
That's true. With the sheath on, it'd be heavy and bulky and useless as shit.
Okay, so how did the sheath get damaged?
If they got attacked with the kitchen knife, maybe they grabbed the sword as a defensive impulse. In that situation, there wouldn't be any time to actually unsheath the sword.
So you're saying the sword was initially used to defend against an attack from the knife?
Which means whoever had the kitchen knife was the one who attacked first.
Which would have been Sayaka.
I think I get it! So here's how it all played out. The culprit came in, found the kitchen knife hidden there somewhere, then they took the knife and attacked Sayaka before she knew what was happening. So she grabbed the sword to defend herself, but then the culprit took that from her too. Then, after they broke her wrist with the sword, they took the knife and finished it.
Sorry, but I don't think Sayaka used the sword to defend herself.
What? How the hell can you not think that?
Because she never held the sword at all. There's a certain part of her body that makes this clear.
The part of her body that shows she never used the sword. If you wanted to use the sword, which part of your body would have to touch it? Her palms.
I got it! You're talking about her palms, right? The palms of her hands were perfectly clean. So I don't think she ever picked up the sword.
How can you know that just by looking at her palms?
Like I said before, the gold coating on that sword comes right off. All you have to do is touch it. In fact, if you look, you'll notice that a lot of the gold has already come off the handle. It's safe to assume that's because whoever used the sword got some of it on their hands. There's really no way she could have picked it up and come away completely clean.
Maybe she washed her hands after she escaped into the bathroom.
The water's turned off at night.
Sorry, but I don't think so.
Why do you say that? Is it because you think I'm ugly?
No, that's not it at all.
There's no way Sayaka washed the gold coating off her hands because there's a certain regulation that talks about what happens to the bathrooms at nighttime. The water was off.
I got it! According to the Monokuma file, Sayaka's time of death was around 1:30 a.m. In other words, at nighttime. And the water in the bathroom shuts off at nighttime, right?
Oh, I didn't know that. Actually, I haven't taken a shower here yet.
Oh my.
You're no different! You smell like a big fat ugly donkey!
I'm not sure whether to take that as an insult or a compliment.
An insult, obviously.
So anyway, if Sayaka never touched the sword, then that means the killer is the only one who used the sword. But hold on. If that's right, then the one who damaged the sheath with the kitchen knife was...
One who... Parroting!
I got it! Sayaka? She had the kitchen knife?
But we already said that the attack started with...
The person with the knife attacked first, and the sword was used as an impromptu defense.
Then the one who attacked first was...
Sayaka?
Now do you understand? She wasn't a blameless victim in this.
No, far from it. It's almost as if she'd been planning to commit a murder of her own.
What?
She took the knife from the kitchen, then invited the culprit to the room she was staying in. And if it's true that she had the kitchen knife and attacked without provocation...
Indeed. These are all the actions of an assailant.
Which brings up another point. Makoto, Sayaka was the one who suggested you two switch rooms, correct? Maybe the reason she wanted to switch rooms was so that she could pin the crime on you. That is a possibility, is it not?
Sayaka wanted to... on me?
Blimp.
That would also explain why she would switch the nameplates. She wanted to get whoever she had targeted to come to Makoto's room where she was staying. And by committing the murder there, instead of her room, that would implicate Makoto. But for that to work, the target had to be lured out while still keeping the room swap a secret. If the target knew she had switched rooms, they would have become suspicious right away.
So all that's why she switched the names?
But doesn't that plan seem a little risky? For one thing, even if her plan worked, Mr. Naegi would just tell everyone they'd switched rooms.
I don't know. I'm not sure our soft-hearted Makoto is capable of that kind of cutthroat behavior. I'm sure Sayaka realized the same thing, which is why out of all of us, she asked him to switch rooms.
Blip.
Plus, she was the ultimate pop sensation. A totally forgettable kid. Or a national superstar. Who are you more likely to believe?
Wait, then you're saying she had this all planned out?
Holy shit!
But in the end, her plan backfired. She launched her attack with the knife, then found herself under attack in turn. That must be when her wrist got broken, and she was forced to drop the knife.
The tables were suddenly turned on her, and she died at the hands of the one she'd planned to murder.
Just hold on! That can't be true! Because...
Hey! You guys have totally derailed the argument! You're being super boring right now. Come on, hurry up and decide who did it! Wouldn't it be awful if I had to punish you all just because you ran out of time?
Oh yeah, we gotta decide who we think did it.
Blip.
Makoto, right now you just need to concentrate on figuring out the answer to this mystery. If we can't uncover who murdered Sayaka, it's over for all of us.
Is it really all over? Obviously, I'm committed to finding out who killed her, but what can I do? I mean, as far as clues go, there's nothing left. Oh my god. Bruh. Dying message.
It's easy just to say, hey, decide who did it. But there just aren't any more clues, right?
You're wrong.
No, that's wrong! There still might be one clue left. Sayaka's dying message.
Dining? Wait, what did you say?
The dying message. She wrote something on the wall behind her, remember? 11037. Written in her own blood. There must be a clue about the killer hidden in there.
Oh my god, it's so obvious.
Well, before we get too far into that, I need to ask, can we really be sure that Sayaka is the one who wrote it?
There's no question that Sayaka wrote the message, and I can prove it. The index finger.
I got it! Her left index finger had blood on it. That could only be because she used that finger to write the message.
I see. She broke her right wrist during the fight, so she'd have to use her left hand to write.
Sure. I think we can all agree Sayaka wrote it. But still, what the heck do those numbers mean? What?
Hey, Chihiro.
Oh, sorry.
You're a computer nerd or whatever, right? You should know all about numbers and shit.
No, that's not... Yes, I'm a programmer, but I don't see any kind of meaning in these numbers.
Of course. It's because they're not numbers.
Oh, yeah, it looks like...
Huh? What? What?
No, it's just... look at the numbers, assuming they're not numbers. Don't these first two, 1, 1, look less like two numbers and more like one letter?
Ah, you're right. The connecting line is barely there, so I assumed it was 1, 1, but looking at it now, you could also read it as an N.
Whoa, you might have finally just said something worth a shit.
Our little gray cells are really getting excited now.
Oh god.
But even if that really is an N, N037, doesn't make any more sense than before.
What? Damn it, it's no use. I just don't know. Oh my god. Blep.
Rotate the image 180 degrees.
Thank you for spelling it out for the rest of our dumbasses. Huh? Rotate it? I think maybe I see something?
Oh my god. Now I see. She wrote down the killer's name.
Huh? You just shot past the clue part and right onto who did it.
So, whose name did she write?
Sayaka's dying message reveals the killer's name. If you turn her message 180 degrees, it should become crystal clear. Select someone. Oh. I went around all the way around the mulberry bush, because here I am! Could've went this way. Hang on.
Here's my answer. The key to solving this mystery was simply to rotate the writing 180 degrees. If you turn the message around, it becomes the letters L-E-O-N. L-E-O-N, or more accurately, Leon.
What? What the hell are you talking about? It's just a coincidence. It's just a bunch of random squiggles that happen to look like my name.
Random squiggles. Yeah, okay, these are pretty defined letters, bro.
No, it's not random at all. She wrote that message on the wall behind her as she was leaning up against it. In that position, she couldn't move to write normally, and had to write upside down, as it were. And as a result, when you look at it standing in front of her, it ends up getting flipped. Try it for yourself if you want. Write something sitting like her, and the letters will be inverted.
That sounds like one hell of a stretch to me. I'm the killer? You can't just go and say shit like that.
If you're not the killer, then why did you try to destroy the evidence?
Huh?
You know what I'm talking about, right, Makoto? The evidence Leon tried to get rid of?
The evidence that Leon tried to get rid of is that thing I found on the ground in front of the incinerator. The ball? Oh wait, no. 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 The shirt piece.
I got it! You mean the burnt shirt piece I found laying on the ground by the incinerator, right?
As the killer stabbed Sayaka, they must have gotten some of her blood on them. And to dispose of the shirt covered in the victim's blood, they threw it into the incinerator.
But one piece burned off and got left behind.
And the killer didn't notice. If they had, they most certainly would have panicked. Isn't that right, Leon?
What?
But is one scrap of fabric enough to conclude that Leon is guilty?
Yeah, I mean, Leon's not the only one wearing a white button-up.
That's right. There are plenty of other people here with shirts like mine. With just that one little charred piece, there's no way you can say for sure who it belongs to.
You're right. That alone isn't enough. But there are some other points that may reveal the truth.
Are you finally starting to understand? The answers to all the riddles are right here.
Yeah, I think so.
The burnt remains of the button-up shirt, which the killer wasn't able to get rid of. There's something about it we need to pay attention to in order to figure out who's responsible. Where? Where the shirt was destroyed. If we focus on that, the killer will become clear. Where it was destroyed, you're talking about the trash room incinerator, right? How the fuck's that supposed to make anything clear? Oh. Oops. Then it was how.
I got it! If we look closely at how the shirt was disposed of, we should be able to figure out who the killer is.
Oh yeah, that's a good point. I think I know what you're gonna say. You can't reach the incinerator without opening the gate in front of the trash room, right? And obviously, you wouldn't be able to hit the switch to turn it on either. You need the key to get in, and the one with the key was the person on cleaning duty. So the killer had to be whoever was in charge of taking care of the trash, right?
Interesting.
No, that's wrong. There was another way to use the incinerator without being the one on cleaning duty. That's exactly the proves Leon is the real killer. Hangman's Gambit? Oh, nope, make your argument. Yep, the crystal ball.
The key to the trash room. Whoever was on cleaning duty must have had it, right?
So the only one who could get to the incinerator was the person in charge of the trash?
And you'd have to get close to the incinerator in order to destroy the evidence.
Nope.
No, that's wrong. Hold on. I think I know how someone could dispose of the evidence without using the trash room key.
But if you can't get past the gate, you couldn't possibly turn on the incinerator, could you?
Yes, you could. If you used this.
What is it, some kind of glass ball? It's busted to hell.
Actually, it was supposed to be a crystal ball, but,
But how would you use it?
The killer had to use the glass ball in a certain way, which was throw it.
I got it! The killer simply took aim at the incinerator switch and threw the ball through a gap in the gate. All they had to do was hit that switch, and the incinerator would come to life.
Someone threw a gap in the gate?
Remember what you said before, Hifumi?
Huh? Someone turned the incinerator on. Very strange. I'm quite certain it was off last time I was down here. Perhaps it was the work of a fairy.
Hifumi had the key, so the only way the incinerator could have been turned on without his knowledge was because the killer was able to hit the switch without opening the gate. Once they'd gotten the incinerator going, all they had to do was ball up the shirt and toss it in.
Hey, come on! What the hell is this?
All you have to do is look at the scene to know that the killer never actually went inside the trash room. The shards of broken glass, the incinerator left running, the piece of shirt that escaped the fire. If the killer had been on cleaning duty, the evidence would have been taken care of much more thoroughly.
Wait, no, just hold on.
But the distance from the gate to the incinerator has to be at least 30 feet, right? The pinpoint accuracy you'd need to throw a glass ball that far and hit something that small. Could someone really do that?
That's right. There's no way. It'd be impossible.
Difficult, absolutely. Impossible? I don't think so. Because the killer is...
It wouldn't have been much of a challenge at all for the killer because of the baseball star.
I got it! Because the killer is the ultimate baseball star. Isn't that right, Leon?
Do you have any idea how stupid you sound right now?
A target 30 feet away would surely be little challenge for the ultimate baseball star.
You can't be serious. I'm not the killer! These goddamn shipper brains have got it all wrong, I'm telling you!
You still won't admit it? Okay then, Makoto. Go ahead and review the incident one more time to make his crime perfectly clear. And with that, we can end this.
Listen to me! What the hell do you mean, end this?
Say what you want, Leon. But all the questions have been answered, and the truth has been revealed. Now here's what happened.
The closing argument is about to begin. Would you like to hear more? Every case has one last element to bring the class trial to an end. This is the closing argument. In this phase, you'll give a complete summary of the case. You'll have to reproduce the flow of events for the case in the form of a comic book. However, you'll notice that in the comic there are a number of pieces missing. It's up to you to complete the comic using the provided truth panels. Also, if you take aim at a missing section and press the left mouse button, holy cow, you'll get a hint that might lead to a breakthrough. Well then, good luck, have fun. Okay. Alright, none of these. So she did leave her door, the key, open. And her wrist got broken, which we don't have that panel here yet. Oh wait. Yeah, no. God, these guys look so weird. Oh, I did miss one at the beginning. Oops. There's that. Tossed it in there. And that. I believe that's how it goes. Let's try it.
Here's exactly what happened. I think I'd better take one more look back at the case from the beginning. Last night, the killer went to the room Sayaka was in. In other words, my room. From what we can tell, Sayaka invited that person there intending to kill them. She attacked them with the knife she'd taken from the kitchen earlier. But then something happened that she wasn't prepared for. They grabbed the fake sword I put in my room and fought back. During the struggle, a strike from the sword broke Sayaka's right wrist. And that's when she lost her grip on the kitchen knife. Finding herself cornered, Sayaka panicked and ran into the bathroom. The killer went after her, but couldn't get the bathroom door open. What they didn't know was that my bathroom door got stuck easily, and there was a trick to opening it. Sayaka knew about that because I told her, but of course the killer had no way of knowing. So instead, the killer forced the door open, took the kitchen knife, and stabbed Sayaka. But with what strength she had remaining, Sayaka left a dying message. To keep the killer from noticing, she wrote it on the wall behind her. And with that, all her strength was gone. With Sayaka dead, the killer quickly began destroying the evidence. First, they took off their shirt, which was covered in their victim's blood. Then they took the lint roller in my room and cleaned up the entire area. They
That's some
wanted to make sure
dedication.
they got rid of any trace they'd ever been there.
That's some cleaning dedication right there.
Afterwards, the killer headed to the trash room to destroy their bloody shirt. They tried to burn the shirt using the incinerator there, but the trash room was blocked off by an especially sturdy gate, preventing access to the incinerator. So they came up with a plan to use Hiro's crystal ball, which he left in the laundry room. The killer managed to throw the ball through the gap in the gate and hit the incinerator switch. For any normal person, that'd be an impossible throw. But the killer had the confidence to take a shot, and that's because the killer was the ultimate baseball star. The crystal ball, thrown with absolute precision, hit the switch on the incinerator, which then quickly roared to life. Having destroyed the final piece of evidence, they left the area with, I imagine, a sigh of relief. But there was one thing they missed. Part of the shirt they'd thrown into the fire burnt away and fell out of the incinerator. The killer didn't notice this, and so left behind a piece of indisputable evidence. Isn't that right, Leon?
Some of these style
It would appear that
choices-
Hiro simply forgot his crystal ball in the laundry room. You went there to try and wash the blood out of your shirt, and that's where you saw it, right? Seeing the ball, you thought of a way to take care of everything.
So, Leon, do you object to anything that's been said?
Do I object? Hell yes, I object! Of course I do! I object! I object! I object! I mean, all of this is just a bunch of stupid theories. You need evidence. Where's the evidence?
We just showed it to you.
Without evidence, it's all bullshit. It's bullshit, and I refuse to acknowledge it.
Well then, I guess this is as good a time as any to present the evidence that proves you did it. Makoto, I believe you're in possession of that evidence?
I have the evidence? Your first bullet time battle is about to begin. Would you like to hear more? Sometimes during a class trial, your opponent simply won't want to hear what you have to say. When this happens, you will engage them in a head-to-head battle. We like to refer to this as the bullet time battle, aka the BTB-BTW. During the BTB, you want to destroy your opponent's statements, and this time with the rhythm. Match your button presses with each tempo marker as they move across the screen and reach the center. Blip. With the right mouse button to press the right mouse button to lock onto an opponent's statement. Destroy the statement you've locked on to with the left mouse button as the tempo marker reaches the center. Flip. Use this method to deal damage to your opponent. If you can't pull it off, you'll be the one in pain. Do this consecutively and you'll start up a combo. Keep this going and you'll initiate a tempo up. On the flip side, if you keep missing, you'll get into a tempo down situation. When the tempo changes, so does the timing for hitting each button. So watch out for that. Deal enough damage to your opponent and their weak spot statement will appear. At that point, you can press the left mouse button to shoot it down with the truth bullet, like any other statement. But refute their statement fast enough and you'll come out victorious. Just like before, if your influence gauge reaches 0 or you run out of time, you fail. Well then, good luck, have fun.
When the killer removed the screws from the doorknob, they didn't use anything from your room to do it. Instead, they must have used something that belonged to them.
They used something of their own to remove the screws?
I refuse to acknowledge you. You're stupid. Stupid, stupid, stupid. Stupid, 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 stupid.
Damn. I have to show indisputable evidence that Leono's the killer. I need to figure it out. Oh, I don't know. Her name written in blood? Or his name written in blood?
Where's your proof? You kidding me? Not a chance. It wasn't me. Stupid. You lie. Stop talking. Shut up. Where's your proof? You kidding me? Not a chance. You lie. Shut up. Where's your proof? You kidding me? Not a chance. It wasn't me. Stupid. You lie. Stop talking. Where's your proof?
This should prove it.
Scree!
The screws on the bathroom doorknob were removed. I wonder what kind of tool the killer used to remove them.
I mean, it had to be a screwdriver, right?
Oh yeah, I'm pretty sure the toolkits we got each had one inside.
Then that must be what he used. There aren't any other tools anywhere.
But the toolkit in my room had clearly never been used.
That's because the culprit didn't know it was your room. They thought they were in Sayaka's room.
Only the boys got toolkits, so the killer naturally assumed there wouldn't be one in there.
Okay, then whose toolkit did the killer use?
Stupid, stupid, stupid!
It had to be their very own toolkit.
Stupid, 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 stupid!
Okay, at least they're saying all the words, like all the repetition, so kudos to them.
Leon, would you mind showing us your toolkit? If I'm right about this, then the screwdriver will show some evidence of being used.
Stupid, stupid, stupid!
Huh? And if you say you used it for something else, you'll have to explain exactly when, where, and why.
And let me say this right now. I lost it isn't an excuse at this point.
Stupid. Stupid.
Uh-oh, he's cracked.
So, you have no rebuttal?
Then it would seem we are finished here.
Yep, he's cracked. Woo, we got an A.
Looks like you've reached your verdict. Then are we ready to cast our votes? You all have a lever in front of you. Use it to make your selection. Oh, just to remind you all, make triple sure you vote for someone. You wouldn't want to be punished for something so minor, right?
Flip.
Okay, then let's get excited! Who will be chosen as the Blackened? Will you make the right choice or the dreadfully wrong one? What's it gonna be? What's it gonna be?
Oh, looks like you got it right on the money. The Blackened in this case, the one that killed Sayaka, was none other than Leon Kawada. Blech.
Huh? Hey, hold on.
Leon. Leon, did you really kill Sayaka?
But...
I don't believe it.
You son of a bitch!
What the hell is wrong with you?
I didn't have a choice.
It was kill or be killed.
So, that's why...
I killed her first.
None of you are any different!
One wrong step and you'd be the one standing here. It was complete chance that I wound up like this.
I was just... unlucky. That's all. Hey! Come on!
You expect me to just accept my death? Blip. Everything's becoming clear. The decision we made was right after all, but when I think about that, honestly I'd be better off if we'd been wrong. Because what if we came up with is really the truth? And that truth is that Sayaka was trying to frame me. But even if that's true, I can't say she was wrong. After all, that mastermind. It's all because of that video. Even I couldn't handle what I saw in there. If I was her and the video actually had something to do with me, I can't even imagine.
Now we're trapped here with no way out. They're probably waiting for me. Why? I can't afford to be stuck here.
The one thing that was more important to her than anything else, her dreams, her friends. To have to see something like that happen to them. And Sayaka.
I did whatever it took to reach that dream. I mean it, even some things that weren't so pleasant.
And that's why Sayaka, for the friends that meant so much to her, that's why she betrayed me. So when she said,
No matter what happens, please always be there for me. I need you on my side.
she was lying to me from the very beginning. She was using me. Is that why she talked to me in the first place? I guess I'll never know. Because there's nothing I can do to ask her what she was thinking. Once you're dead, that's that. Boy howdy, the entertainment industry must sure be terrifying, huh? I mean, to try and kill someone just because of those relationships.
Ba-bum,
She seemed so nice and lovely on the inside, outside, but inside, she descended into pure badness. Oh. What did you say?
Phew.
I understand, I really do. Yup. You're in utter despair thanks to Sayaka's betrayal, right? Compassion, intimacy, love. The stronger those feelings, the stronger the despair when they collapse. Stop screwing with us. This is all your fault. Sayaka being forced to do something like that. All of it. Everything. It's all your fault. Suddenly, in a frenzy, I lunged at Monokuma. But
That's enough.
as angry as I was, Kyoko latched onto my arm without hesitation. Her grip was like iron, strong enough I was sure it would leave a bruise.
Calm down.
If you really want to make her enemies pay for what they've done, you need to let it go for now. Blep. Damn it.
Ba-bum,
Oh,
ba-bum.
that was a close one. I thought for sure you were gonna give me a good walloping. Just barely avoided punishment, you did.
Yes, indeed.
Now then, since you so magnificently revealed the identity of the killer during the class trial, the blackened Leon Kawada will receive his punishment.
Punishment? You mean execution? Wait a second!
I didn't have a choice. I had to kill her.
Yeah, that's it.
I was just protecting myself in the heat of the moment. It was self-defense.
Is that okay?
How exactly was it self-defense? When you forced your way into the bathroom, did you or did you not use your very own toolkit? After she shut herself in the bathroom, you went out of your way to head back to your own room. Then you came all the way back, broke into the bathroom, and killed her. Am I wrong?
Do you understand?
You had any number of chances to stop what you were doing, but you chose not to. Is it not because you had an unclouded intent to commit murder?
So, that's why...
No, that's not...
Stop it. I've had enough of this.
Oh,
Are you sure? You were closer to her than anyone, were you not? He killed your precious Sayaka. Do you understand? I can't say Leon is solely to blame. Of course, I don't plan on blaming Sayaka either. Because the one to blame is him.
Huh?
Swap? If it weren't for you, this never would have happened to Sayaka or Leon. We shouldn't be fighting each other. We should be fighting against the one who put us in this situation, the mastermind.
Unbelievable.
Oh, did you awaken to your sense of justice?
Hey,
Well, it just so happens that there's nothing more unethical than an unwavering sense of justice. After all, it's people with that sort of mentality that perpetuate war all over the world. And is that the kind of justice that's awakened within you? Just shut the fuck up. Okay, well, anyway, more importantly,
Thrills, chills, kills!
let's hurry up and get to what everyone's been waiting for. The punishment!
I'm begging you! Please, don't do this!
Hey, come on now!
No more begging, no more excuses. You must pay the penalty for breaking the rules. Society demands it.
Stop! Please!
Now then, I've prepared a very special punishment!
For Leon Kawada, the ultimate baseball star. Oh.
No, 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 no!
Let's give it everything we've got! It's punishment time!
No!
Game over. Leon has been found guilty. Time for the punishment. Fumi just open-mouthed. What the fuck? The 1,000 blows. The only one sweating isn't... The only one that wasn't sweating was fucking Kyoko. What we saw... That was the true face of despair. I mean, if we can't call it that, what else could we call it?
Extreme!
Now my adrenaline is pumping right out of control! What's going on?
I can't take it.
Do we really have to keep doing this? I just can't take it.
Well,
hey, if you don't like it, all you gotta do is swear to cut all ties with the outside world and accept living here forever. But that's only if every single one of you can get on board with that.
Damn you!
Fuck you, why the fuck are you doing all this evil shit to us?
what the heck?
Evil? You make it sound like I'm some dark, awful secret society type of guy.
Say
Or in
what?
this case, dark, awful secret society type of bear.
Well,
So why are you putting an upstanding young citizen like me through such a grueling ordeal?
Hey,
It seems like you're trying to use common sense to make sense of something that doesn't make sense. That's like trying to put a mile on a scale. I just don't think it's possible. Hey, I don't think what you're saying and what I'm saying quite fit together.
Piece of shit. I don't know who you are, but I'm gonna pound your ass into the ground.
You must really hate me to get so angry, huh? But if you do that, you're barking way up the wrong tree. What happened, happened, because more than one of you decided you wanted to get out, right? No matter how much time passes, you can't cut free of your regrets from the outside world. You're to blame. Of course we can't cut free of the outside world, being trapped in this insane place. You're trapped, are you? Well, I'm sure once you learn all the mysteries of the school, your thinking will change for sure. You'll think, boy, isn't it so wonderful how we all get to live here forever?
What does this mean?
What are you trying to say?
Hey,
I feel like there's some deeper meaning hidden in there. Just like before.
thrills,
Anyway, let's get
chills,
to the Blacken's
kills!
punishment. That's what everyone is waiting for after all.
hey,
When you say everyone, who exactly are you referring to? Sorry, I said everything I've got to say. I need to save some of the fun for later. And just like that, he was gone. He left us there, overwhelmed by a nightmare turned reality. Even after he was gone, we stood there forever, unable to move. Actually, no, it wasn't that long, I think. Everyone just lost their sense of time. We were all too scared. Scared of being alone. No one even tried to speak. Their faces were stone, their voices dead. But it was in that moment.
Just a second.
She moved in close and whispered into my ear.
Makoto.
Before we head back, there's something I want to talk to you about. Blip. It's about Sayaka, isn't it? Blip. I'm surprised you figured it out.
Listen.
I told you before the class trial started. You had to figure out the mystery of this case yourself. You wanted me to realize how Sayaka betrayed me by myself, didn't you? The thought never even crossed my mind. I feel like such a fool becoming such an easy target like that.
It's true.
Sayaka meant to double-cross you. That's a fact that you can never change. But even till the very end, she wasn't sure of her decision. That's why. As she lay dying, she was thinking of you. She was thinking of me? You can't just say something like that. I mean, there's no way you can know that. Only Sayaka would know for sure, and we can't ask her now.
However...
Even if you can't ask her, you can infer it, don't you think? Her final thought was how she could protect you. What?
So...
The fact she used her last ounce of energy to leave her dying message proves it. If she didn't care what happened to you, she never would have left that message. Well, maybe she just wanted to get back at the person who had killed her.
Certainly.
That's certainly one possibility. But I don't think that's what it was.
Anyway...
She was uncertain. She wasn't sure she could kill someone, or deceive you. Which is why her plan failed. Her hesitation attracted failure.
Right.
It's almost ironic when you think about it. Blip, why are you telling me all this? Because you're the kind of person who can overcome this. Because you can move past the deaths of your friends, Sayaka and Leon, and keep moving forward.
Correct.
Without someone like that, the others would never be able to break free of such a desperate situation. Move past their deaths? I could never do that. Blip. No. I'm going to carry them with me the rest of my life. How could I possibly move past something like that? Leon, Sayaka, I'll carry them with me forever. I'll carry their memories with me wherever I go. Blip. So instead of forgetting them, you're choosing the hard road. Well, I have high expectations for you. As she said that, she revealed the smallest smile.
Hey.
By the way, I have to admit, I'm curious. How did you know I wanted to talk to you about Sayaka? Oh, well, Blip. I'm psychic.
What?
Huh? Kidding. I just have pretty good intuition. Chapter 1. To survive. The end. Damn. To be continued. You received the Despair Bat present. Yes, I would love to save, actually. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. Leave a like down below if you did. Leave a comment on how you felt about Leon's execution. Was there something else that you thought that could have happened? Or if it was too brutal or just right? Scratch the subscribe button and peck the bell so you always know when my next videos come out. The stable is officially closed. I hope y'all are having a good one, and I will see you when they open next.